Monday is going to be major. There are 3 critical charts. All of them we're going to have substantial information on Monday that we do not have right now. That information that we're going to get on Monday is going to be crystal clear as to the direction that Bitcoin is going to be heading in. And in this video, we're going to break it down. And I'm going to give my honest take at the end of the video on how I think Monday will play out and why that's so important to you for those decisions you're going to be making right now. If you're new here, my name is Steve. I started in the stock market a little over 20 years ago and got destroyed. I spent the next 20 years figuring out how to master this game, and I'm here with you so you don't have to go through all the pain and agony that I went through in my early trading days. Hit that subscribe button and let's jump straight into it. We're going to be coming 3 distinct charts, and then I'm going to give a couple bonus charts. But chart number 1, chart number 2, and chart number 3. All of them have very critical information that's coming to you right now, and Monday will be a very important day for all 3 of those charts. Now, if you enjoy the crypto space, you want financial freedom, we're giving away 7 days free trade alerts right now. Who's doing it? Nobody. 7-day free trade alerts. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, plug in your email, and get your free 7-day indicators right now. Trade alerts right to your phone, right to your email, cryptocrewuniversity.com. Now, we're on the 1-week chart. What I want to show you first is the 200 MA on the 1 week. That's this yellow line down here. What we've got going for us is we had this big crash, right? And if you're new to our channel, we called loud and clear, video after video, mega crash starting at 48K. We warned everybody back in January, but what we focus on are the biggest moves in crypto. If you somehow didn't follow our channel and you missed out on this mega crash because this took a lot of people by surprise, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out next time. But now that we got down here, we actually went below this 200-week moving average. And then a lot of people in the community started saying, hey, we've never done this before. We've never done this before. We've never done this before. Yeah, except for the fact that we have done it before. We did it quite a bit in 2015. We had all of these candles close below here. What changed the game for us during that period was when we actually started to break out and confirm above and have our second confirmation candle above here. That's when things started to really turn for us. And what we're looking at now in present day, 2022, we had a bunch of candles that closed below, and we're trying to have a candle that closes above our second candle in a row. Not only that, but if you look at this candle and you look at this candle and you say to yourself, this is a bullish engulfing candle, meaning it's a big green body and the prior candle is red. And this big green body is bigger than the red body. That means bullish engulfing. So we want to pay attention to this as well. Okay, so we've got a multitude of things happening, but closing above this yellow line is so important. And on Monday, we're going to have officially confirmed potentially our second candle above here. And later in the video, I'm going to talk about what that means. I want you to comment down below. Do you think you know what that means? And we'll see at the end of the video if you're right. But more importantly, here's the 210 MA on the weekly. Why is that important? Because in Bitcoin's entire history, it acted incredibly well with the beautiful bodies of these candles closing as support for its entire history. Every single bear market came right down to the 210 and held incredible support. Even with the COVID crash, Bitcoin tried to throw a curveball at the market and try to surprise everybody. It didn't surprise the 210 moving average. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. This was incredible support right there. Fast forward to 2020. This is where things started to get very interesting because we closed our first ever candles below this line. And now we're trying to close our first ones back above it already. So what does that say about Bitcoin? Is this some fictitious rally that we're going to see from the bottom here and then people start to get excited and then it crashes down? We're going to discuss that because there's a lot of chatter in the crypto community. There's a lot of theories out there, but what are the facts in the chart saying, right? What are the facts in the chart saying? Well, here, we had our breakout candle here. We had our first confirmation candle here. We had our second confirmation candle. We're working on a bullish engulfing candle, and we're going to close this one here by Monday. But this is where things start to get really interesting, because back here in earlier this year, we were in this formation, right? This is a bear flag where we had a drop in prices, and then we had a high, a higher high, another higher high, while having a low, a higher low, another higher low, and another higher low. Basically, we're having this level as resistance and this level as support, and they're parallel lines. This is a pattern that you'll often see in every market across planet Earth. When you're in a downtrend and then you're in this upward channel, it's a sign that you're going to break further to the downside. So right here on this channel, if you didn't follow our channel, we talked about this pattern, and we waited for this breakout candle here, and we had a measured move down to below 19K. We went just a little bit below that. The measured move came right from the pole. It's not us with some pie in the sky prediction. It's just TA, right? All the things are already priced into the chart. All the facts are in the chart. So this was a bear flag, broke to the downside, and we crashed, right? Now we're in a second bear flag. We do not want to be in this bear flag. There's a lot of people that are calling for 10K. You'll get 10K likely if this bear flag breaks to the downside. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for right now, let's talk about how to avoid it. How to avoid it is we have to break it. How to break it, we have to confirm above this yellow line here, which we haven't been able to do. But come Monday, we're going to be starting a brand new candle. And that might be the first candle that has the potential to close above this yellow line. What we don't want to do is break to the downside like we did here, where we are holding support, holding support, holding support, breakthrough. What do I mean by breakthrough? You see this big body here was actually holding as resistance. This was our confirmation candle, and then the rest was history, right? That's what we do not want to see, unless you want lower prices in Bitcoin. But I'll give my honest take whether I think that's going to happen towards the end of the video. But this has been our resistance. This has been our support. And on Monday, we're going to be starting a brand new candle that's coming up in here. And that should be very interesting. It could be our first one that we close above there. Now, this is the chart that has kept everybody level-headed. Where do we stand on this? Because there are some new developments. What I want you to notice is what's happening with this. Well, let's take a look here. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a lesson here, because earlier we talked about how prices fell down. What I want you to notice here is when you break this level, you see this white line here? This white line comes over here to 2021. It comes over here even to early 2020, right? And we are holding this as support. You can see that, right? Support here, long-term support, not for a few days, for years. When we broke that support, and this candle, and this candle, and this candle, and this candle got resistance from what used to be our support, that's what pushed us down even further. I want you to watch that on charts, and we've looked at it on several cases today. Keep in mind, because what you don't want to see is us falling back below here and getting resistance and pushing us down further. Now, as we go into this chart here, what I want you to take a look at is this is our support. It will be horrific if this ends up being our resistance, okay? That's a major drop down. But we talked about this level, 19.5. We talked about it way when we were up here, when everyone's like, why are you talking about 19.5? Well, we're talking about it because we are in the midst of a mega crash, and we're trying to find our bottom. We were looking at this 13.7 number. Why? Because of market structure. You can see the bodies of these candles. You can see this candle. You can see these bodies of the candle. This has the most confluence in Bitcoin, period. This is not up for debate. It's just when you look at the facts in front of you, this has the most confluence. So in the early part of the year, we were looking here. However, once we got down here and we were showing incredible support at 19.5, at the same time, we started to show a lot of signs that the bottom may be in. But look at that beautiful support here. So what you may see in the coming weeks to coming months, we more than likely should retest this level. which is 28, a little under 29. Why? Because it's been our incredible support for so long. We should come up and play with it for a little bit. And then we may even come back and play with this line again after getting resistance from here. So it could be a little bit boring. Bear markets are a little bit boring. They move sideways, they're methodical, but we could see a little bit of bounce up here and a little bit of bounce down here over the coming 3-4 months. So just be prepared. But what you don't want to see is us to break this 19.5 with the body. We will fall directly to 13.7, no questions asked. All right. Now, what we've got is a couple concerns. Okay. I'm going to go over these couple concerns. I'm going to give my viewpoint, and then I am about to unveil what I think is going to happen here on Monday. What are we looking for, and what you should be doing because of those things. But first, my concerns. Plain and clear, we believe that the bottom is in based on the facts, but there are some concerns. Number one, we have closing below this yellow line, okay? So if you look at Bitcoin's 12-year history, we spent 99% of our price action inside of these yellow lines, right? We have a yellow line on the top and the bottom. We've been inside of here like a good little boy for 12 years. Almost never we play outside of these yellow lines. And recently we have month after month after month outside of these lines. This is a major concern. And at the same time, we're down here on the RSI, okay? We dipped the lowest RSI level of Bitcoin's entire life. What does that mean? It means we were the most oversold of Bitcoin's entire life. You may say, well, Steve, why don't people buy up the bottom here? Well, because people are selling. You want to do the opposite of the herd. And you may say, I don't think people are selling. I really don't think so. This is not up for debate. This is a fact. This is the RSI, and it measures how oversold we are. That's a purified fact. You can't deny it. You can't argue that. There is no way to argue it. We were the most oversold in Bitcoin's entire history. Not up for debate. So when you're the most oversold, what do you think you should be doing? Selling like the herd? No. This is when you want to be buying all of the things they want to sell you. Buy all of them. All right? This was the most oversold period of Bitcoin's entire life, and at the same time, everyone in the market screamed that we were going substantially lower. How is that even possible? So again, look at the facts in the charts and make sound decisions. But what we need to do with Bitcoin, we need to come up and test this yellow line. We've got to. And if you look at next month, September, we're at about 41.4. A little aggressive, but we want to try to get up here and test this yellow line. And we could hug this yellow line like we did for every bear market. We hug the yellow line as support. We may hug it as resistance for a time period. We hug this yellow line as support for the entire bear market. We may hug this as resistance for a period of time. So look for that to happen. We will be keeping our eye on it. And there's one last chart that's a little bit, we don't want to play with this chart. This is a bearish engulfing candle on the 6-month chart. When you find a textbook bearish engulfing candle, you want to find it at the top of a rally. We were rallying from somewhere like 3,000 something up to 69. Safe to say that's a pretty fair rally. Then we have this bearish engulfing candle, which we've never seen in Bitcoin's entire history. So what does that say? Bearish engulfing candle basically means the body of the red candle is bigger than the prior green body. It's that simple. You can't have a red body that's bigger than the prior red body. That's not a bearish engulfing candle. It's a big red body that's bigger than the prior green body. Simple. So that's the first ever bearish engulfing candle. That tells us that it's a trend reversal. It tells us more downside action is to come. Usually bearish engulfing candles could affect the next 1 to 3 candles. And again, these are 6 months candles. So we've got to take some time. We will not know the information for quite a while here, but this is a concern, one of the few that we have. Now, Monday, what do we think is going to happen? What are we watching out for with this chart, and this chart? Well, first and foremost, we're looking for a candle to close above here, which it looks probable that we will at the moment, bearing some crash, okay? We are in the midst of a bullish engulfing candle as well on the weekly. And on the 210, we're looking solid, right? We want to continue to hold support And on this chart is the one I'm very curious about. What we need to do is get above this yellow line and start to confirm as support, so it will void out this bear flag that we've been in for quite a while. Now, how do I think this is going to play out? I think that bear markets are slow, they're methodical, and eventually we're going to get above here, I think, and void out this bear flag. Again, super early to confirm. We have no signs yet that we're going to do that. That's just my inkling. It's a guess. Really, don't take it for verbatim. This is not based on facts. It's just, I think there are so many signs that the bottom is in, and then you have the pulse of the community that's saying the bottom is not in. So there's so many factors that are saying that the bottom is in. I think Bitcoin is going to find a way over the coming weeks and months to prove that the bottom is in fact in. But again, we need to stay level-headed, because if the facts and the charts change and we start to hold this level as support, we have to use common sense. We will drop right to this level, right? We have to base everything based on facts, right? Early on in January, February-ish, we were talking about 13.7. New facts came in, and here we are. We believe that the bottom is in based on new evidence in the charts. We have to remain the same way. So we're going to stand on the side that Bitcoin's bottom is in based on facts, and we'll change our mind if new evidence comes in. That's very powerful. That's more powerful than our current facts. It's as simple as that. But what should you be doing? You should be listening to the RSI that I just showed you. You should be listening to the facts and the charts. You shouldn't be sitting on your hands. The biggest mistake people make during these bear markets is they wait for a certain number that never, ever comes. Hit that subscribe button. Go get your 7-day free indicators at cryptocrewuniversity.com. I'll see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. There's only one question left: when to sell your cryptocurrency. Click right here, right now, to find the 3 simple steps.